Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. Man, I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, also known as Wide Open Randy, and I'm here to serve. I'm here to help. I'm here to just anyone who's looking to level up their current situation, to level up their life. This show right here is for you, man. Those who want more out of life, those who want to be more, those who want to do more. This show right here is dedicated to helping raising the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts out there, probably like you and me, like people who want to do good, people who want to be good, people who just know deep inside that they want more out of life. Because holding it wide open is what we do, and being a great freaking person is genuinely who we are. And living our lives to the fullest is really the lifestyle that we choose. So today's episode is one for the books, man. I'm setting the flag on the ground, and it marks the beginning of a journey. And it's also the beginning of the year. Today is the first day of 2024, and I'm freaking excited to go on this journey with you. This is the beginning of the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm going to be doing these 3 times a week, every week, hopefully through who even knows. The goal right now I'm focusing on is 2024. 3 times a week, I did the math, and I'll be a little bit over 160 episodes next year. Going in, can you imagine the momentum that I could build for 2025 with that? So it's first of many. The first couple episodes, I'm gonna give you a little bit of background, who I am, what I do, why I chose to go on this journey, and just talk about my evolution and how you could use some of the stuff that has helped me grow and some of the stuff that has held me back, so that you could cut time off your life. And I'm all about being passionate about not stopping who we are deep in our core. I truly believe big in that, and just live your life to the fullest, but be a good fucking person while doing it. So uh, let's start. Pretty much today I'm going to tell you why I pivoted, and quite frankly, why I was so scarefully, because I'm gonna be 100 transparent with these. I'm gonna not hold back. I'm gonna always speak from the heart, tell the truth, so you could see that, man, even someone like me that has gone through so much troubles and trauma and things like that I never even thought I would get to the space that I'm at right now, can do it. I want you guys to use my journey as an example and document this for me and myself, so that when I'm looking back, I can be like, man, look how far we've come, and how much further we still have. Because this journey right here, we're just getting started, baby. I always think that, and I use it to continually just getting evolved and getting better. So why the name Wide Open Randy? That's funny. This really how just I live my lifestyle. That's just how everything I do, hold it wide open, I guess you're gonna say, is a metaphor, and it comes from the motorsport community, from like the gas, from holding the motorcycle. I love motorcycles, by the way. From holding the gas wide open, and just giving it all you have. And if you're in a car, you're gonna slam the gas to the floor and hold that wide open, because for those that don't know, just a little bit of quick insight here: the throttle blade on the throttle body of every engine, it's closed, and when you hold it wide open, it means that the engine is roaring, it's going at its max potential. So that's how I live my lifestyle. And growing up, there was always another Randy around. This guy was not even into motorsports and all that. So when they were like, "Oh, what Randy are you talking about? Which Randy?" Oh, it was a Wide Open Randy. So that name just stuck with me, and I've used it to just incorporate the lifestyle, everything I do. I'm a true big believer in how you do one thing is how you do everything, and I'm excited. I'm excited for this journey. I'm just gonna let the tape roll. I'm gonna just be real, authentic, and just, if I mess up, I mess up. I just keep going. I will occasionally look right here to the side. I do have some notes. I like to be prepared, structured, and just keep a flow with these, man. A little bit about myself. I'm currently, right now, I'm 37, but next month I'll be 38. My birthday's, and I'm a Valentine's baby, man. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Born here in America, Miami, Florida, actually born and raised. And my parents are from Colombia. My whole family's from over there, actually Medellin, Colombia. I love that place. We went there recently, and it was just amazing. That's my heritage. I'm married to my amazing wife, Janelle Ramirez. We've been together 15 years. That's just, I love that. I honor her. I look up to her. And that's just something I always preach and tell others, that man, having a relationship, having someone on your side that's like cheering for you, someone who also wants to do more and be more, who's a driven individual, man, that's like the total cheat code. And if you find someone like that by your side, you're gonna get very, very far ahead. Blessed to have that. And what I love to do, I generally love to just improve. I love to help people do more. I love to help people improve their situation. I love to help improve my situation. I love to help just generally getting better. Um, that's something that just has helped me through my career, and I've had that philosophy, that mindset, about just helping everyone evolve so that we can all do better. And then I also love motorcycles, man. I feel like since I was a little kid, I, it's just something that was born in me. All my older brothers used to race motocross, and they were big into motorcycles too. And that's who I love. That's what I love. Wild on that. I love race cars. I love going fast. I love adrenaline. I love pretty much all extreme sports. That's that's just deep in my core, and kind of the how it goes with my mindset and the branding that I'm taking with this live wide open, live your life wide open. That's really the movement that we're creating, man. But my life, and I'm sure that I've still continued to go through struggles as we evolve and all that. But as a kid, I feel like I went through a lot of traumatic experiences. I've had a lot of traumas, hardships growing up, and those traumas led me into some dark places. And I'm sure we'll get into that into future episodes. But right now, just my plan is just to keep it as real as I can. Not hold anything back, like I said earlier, and just show you guys that overcoming these challenges is possible, and you could use it to make you, not to break you. It's crazy how my journey has evolved, because looking back when I was taking some notes for this podcast, I noticed and I reminded myself that I actually started down the entrepreneur journey as a little kid. Back in high school, I used to wash cars every weekend. I had my set clients, and my dad would support me with the products, and that's what I would do, man. And that was great, and it lasted for a while. And then I went to go get like I needed to go get a more stable job, I guess I would say. And I worked at McDonald's. That was like my first official on the tax books job. I worked in the drive-thru. I was taking orders. That lasted for a couple years. I don't actually want to say a long time, but like maybe 1 year or two. And from there, I went to work at a pizzeria, and I was working in the back, washing dishes, kind of like a busboy kind of thing. Learned a lot about the service industry, and one of the big reasons why I'm always a big tipper, because like it's not easy working in the service industry. From there, I went to work at some house inventory style job, where I stacked like the warehouse. I did some deliveries, and I drove a forklift, and I kind of did that kind of work. And that kind of slowed down, and I got laid off from that job. And I was for a time with no employment for a little bit. And then I found a job through a friend building drive shafts, and I learned to weld drive shafts. I started assembling, drive shafts and power takeoff units for dump trucks, for large 18-wheelers, and building hydraulic pumps. Pretty much just working with my hands. And I did that job for about like 5-ish years or so. And during that job is when I really realized that, like, man, if I really want to just take things to the next level, if I want to be able to provide like a big house for my family, if I want to be able to just to provide and do the things that I've always wanted to give, like that wasn't going to cut it. And that like spiraled me on these emotions and planning on like what I was going to do with my life. And from there, I while working that job, actually I started going back to school, because I had dropped out of college, and started going back to school, and I was working full time, and I was doing school full time, and that was tough. And I remember there was a point in time where my only form of transportation was my motorcycle, and I would get on that thing, go to work, have a change of clothes in my book bag, because sometimes you would get rained on, and there was even times where leaving my house it was raining, and I knew I had to go to work, and from there I had to go to school, and it was just tackling the day and putting my clothes in a bag, in my book bag, so that I could still make the things happen. That taught me a lot about perseverance. I'm gonna drink a little bit of water here, because my mouth is getting a little dry, but that taught me a little bit about perseverance and pushing through. And I finally realized that, like, man, if I was gonna like dedicate a lot of this time to it, I needed to take the next step, next level. And I pretty much quit that job. I quit that job to go all in, and I went all in on school. That was the best thing I did. Um, and I laugh because like I barely graduated high school, and when I transitioned to going all in school and college, I have a construction management degree. Like I just like went laser focused and did everything I could on that, and I ended up going from barely graduating high school to earning the outstanding graduate award. In college, I graduated with honors. I was the president of the student construction honors society. I was actually the vice president of that, and I was the president of the ABC student chapter. It's a construction chapter for students. And like just the capabilities that you could do for yourself when you just go all in and you believe that you could do whatever it is that you put your mind to. And that being so involved in school and all that got me a great internship my last senior year, which for the company that I dedicated my whole entire career in construction with. um, and I started there, man, and I worked over a decade there, and I climbed the corporate ladder. Started as an intern, and this place was far. It was like 60 plus miles away from my house, and I was like, "Yeah, it is what it is. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna dedicate it." I started as an intern, then I moved up to an estimator, and then I was a project engineer. Then I moved up to an assistant project manager. Then I was a project manager, and then I got bumped up to an operations manager. An operations manager to just run and close out pretty much a lot of the ongoing projects because it was a high-rise, multifamily commercial general contractor that I worked for. And then that was like doing that for so long, kind of just, man, I projected forward and where would my life would be, and I look at my peers and I look like the older executives, and I just like I was making good money, and I wasn't fulfilled anymore, man. And I looked forward into my life on what that could be, and I just wasn't happy with what I saw with how the peers were going, and that put me on this pivot of like just completely revamping what I'm doing with my life, because I totally pivoted, going from construction to doing this personal development and self help and helping others improve. It's a total game changer. And I've been doing this for almost about 3 years now, and and it's been great. It's really been great. But I'm gonna say something that most entrepreneurs won't say, and everyone likes to paint this pretty big picture. Well, this shit is hard. This shit is actually harder than it was when I was working construction, because you have to work on yourself so much. And if you're not in your mindset, is tough. If you're not like, your insecurities will show up when you have a business. And if you're not fucking taking care of yourself, you're gonna struggle a lot. And it's hard, but you have to persevere. You have to push through, and you have to use everything that happens to you, all the bricks that they throw at you, to build that fucking wall so that you could climb to the next letter, to the next level. Constantly evolving. I like that about what I do, because I need to evolve to continue to help my clients evolve. So it's a never-ending game, which I love it. That means that 6 months from now, I'm gonna be a more evolved person than I was right now, and I'm an evolved person than I was 6 months ago, and I'm moving so into the future, and I always look forward to meeting the current new version of me. So always improving, always doing better. But I never thought actually that like I would pivot. I never thought that like I would roll into what I'm doing now. Like I always thought that like I went to school for construction. I picked a career. I was doing really good, and I thought that's what I was gonna do forever. But it wasn't. Like the company that I was working for, after several years, after almost a decade there, they went into financial hardships, and the company was closing down. And when everyone just started running towards away from the fire, like going to get other jobs and bailing on them and this and that, I took it as an opportunity, and I went straight in. Like I used it to learn more and to make myself a well-rounded construction professional, to learn all aspects of the business. And I helped put out all these fires that were going on, and that helped me a lot. But what that did was that it put me in a perspective of like, all right, I knew that this was going to end, and at that point I had to make a decision. Either I'm going to go get another job in construction, or this is my chance. This is my chance to do something else, to pivot. And I pretty much I bet on myself. Like that's exactly what I did. Um, and but the reason why I did that is because while climbing the corporate ladder, like I generally feel like I lost who I was internally. Like growing up, loved motorcycles, loved race cars, like doing all that stuff. And while I started climbing the corporate America ladder, as you know, you want to say, the extreme sports were always like downed upon. Like all the high executives would always make jokes about them. And I remember me wanting to climb the corporate ladder, and it worked. Like for me to say, like, oh yeah, look at those guys, you know. But I was a hypocrite because I was one of those guys, and I didn't like that about that shit. And that I had to put on this fake front, something that I vowed to never do anymore, to be able to just be successful in life and do something else after work. And that's not. And so right now, what I'm doing, what I'm pivoting, is that merging both of them together so that I could just be happy and help others and improve the world. And this all started off of some infomercial that I saw, while I was feeling empty inside, really, you know, closing that job, and I was doing good. But I saw this infomercial and it really hit me hard. And it was talked about people revamping their life, changing the course of the direction, like, you know, like doing what you love and what you're passionate about and helping, using it to help the world be a better place. And I know that might sound like corny to some, but like, man, I generally researched this and there was a lot of people out there doing it. And it just put me on this spiral of like thoughts of like, man, what if I could do that too? Like, I was just like, wow, I was so in shock that people were actually doing it that I was like, man, this crazy idea that I have, like, why not? Let's just go for it. And here we are. And on this first episode of many to come, it documents the journey of how I've already processed from even when I left to where I'm at right now. And the reason why I transitioned into this is because, like, while climbing the corporate ladder, while I didn't even realize that I was actually coaching others, I was. And that was what helped me climb so fast, and how I could, like, gone from intern to operations manager in such a short time span, building high-rise, you know, commercial residential buildings, and always coaching others along the way. It was always about how can I help you do your job better so that we could get better and we could help the company do more. And it wasn't about, oh, if I teach this guy what I know, he's going to take my job. It was just like, oh, how could you, you know, do better? And I could tell you what I know so that you can move up and we could move up and we could all do better. And like, I always had that mindset. I was never worried about someone taking my job. Like, it was always about all of us evolving, helping everyone shine. And I didn't know it back then, but I was just, like I said, I was coaching my peers. And that was something that has helped me. And when I realized that, when I was able to look back, and say, wow, like, I have been coaching this whole time. Like, why don't I use that to merge what I'm passionate about? Like, I had this crazy idea of merging, like, helping others and what I love to do, which is ride motorcycles, race cars, be like, be just wild. And why can I do that? And I had this crazy idea to go for it. And here I am. And you're gonna see this journey. And the reason why I've chosen this path is because it's not an easy one. This is actually going to be very hard because there's this stereotype out there. And I could say this because I was one of them, that the gearhead, the motorsport enthusiast, like these guys, I was there, like, they didn't have nothing really going for them. Like, you know, and it might hurt some feathers or ruffle some feathers, however the frick you want to say it. I'm going to try not to curse, by the way, but it's just who I am. And if it comes out, let it be. You know, when I was in that, I had like limited mindset. Like, I didn't have no goals. I didn't make good money. Like, I had no outlook towards in life. And the problem is that we as gearheads and motorsport enthusiasts, we're so busy trying to get wild that we forget that we actually have to go make a living and be a good person. And that's a problem out there. And I'm out to break that stereotype. I'm out to raise the bar of what society looks at a motorsport enthusiast, a typical gearhead, or whatever you want to call that, to do more and be more, do better, and show everyone that we could do it as a big group, as a collective group, and build this community. That's what I'm working on. I'm tired of society judging us. I'm tired of people not doing the best they can. I'm tired of seeing so much potential out there and people not taking advantage of it. And that's what got me on this journey. And so when I saw this infomercial from this guy, Dean Graziosi, about people who had pivoted, who had changed, like, it just implanted this thought into my mind. I was like, man, what if I could do that? What if I could create the life of my dreams? What if all this journey, all these things, all these hurdles that I've gone through from my whole entire life, learning everything that I've learned, what if I can use all that and use it to propel me to the next level, to take things where I've never gone before. And it was a very scary moment because I was doing really good in my career. I was doing the best that I could have been, and I had to, before I took that journey of pivoting, like I had to run that by my wife, and I'd be like, hey, look, this is what I have in mind, because that's a life changing decision. And that was one of the scariest actually conversations I've had with her. Because what if she said, "Oh no, you crazy? Like starting all over again?" But she didn't. Like I told her, and I was like, "Man, I feel like I have this calling inside. Like God has put this message deep down inside of me that I can use. That it's, these He put these abilities that I have to ride how I ride, to pick up on things fast, to like go fast, to race, to like just excel in motorsports." And I've excelled in business and life, and I've improved, and I still have so much more to improve, but I could use that to show others that they could do it too. And that's what this crazy idea all became. And she said, yeah, I'm down, I'll support you, let's do it, I'm here with you, however long it takes, let's fucking do it. And it has been so far almost 3 years now that I'm on this, and I genuinely feel like it was the right move. It hasn't been easy, but nothing that's ever worth it is easy, man. So merging the two is what I've did. It's what I've done. High performance coach really focused on helping the motorsport community just improve their life. Like I'm big on mindset. I'm big on habits, routines, like strategies, putting plans into place so that you can actually create the things that you want to create. And the reason why I'm so big on mindset is because a lot of the time the fears are all up here. Like we procrastinate because we don't believe that we could do it. Like mindset is the start to everything. And after mindset comes action. But if you're not willing, you can't take the action because you don't believe in yourself, then you're never going to move forward. Um, and so that is kind of like where we are. And what's even, I feel like, when you make this big decision to pivot and to do your thing and to, all right, I'm going to go down this path, like they'll test you, and there will come a lot of tests along the way. And right when I made that decision, there was a huge carrot dangled in front of me. I was like, man, Randy, I know that you're transitioning, you're finishing here. I want you to come run this company for me, another high-rise construction company. And I got like the best offer I've ever gotten in my life. Like that was kind of the offer I was looking for when I went to college, and when I said, like, this is what I'm going to do. And I had turned that down. It wasn't easy, but it was the best offer I've ever gotten. It was like $250,000 starting salary with plus the compensation package, like doing all that, and it was going to be great. And it really tested me towards what I'm, do I take, the immediate satisfaction now of where I am, or do I pick the hard road, the journey untraveled, to build a greater life than I can ever imagine, so that I can just help more people evolve and have a greater mission in life. And I was like, fuck, let's do it. It was a crazy one, but I'm here, man. Like, and it's been working, and I feel like it's a natural high. Like when you help others evolve and you help them improve, and then also it helps their circle too. Like it's like a ripple effect that you create. Like it really is, because when you help one person, that person does better, and then their circle does better, and then before you know it, a lot of people are doing better, and it's been great. The hard part is that it doesn't happen right away, and it takes some time to develop, and that's why we're here where we are, and why I continue to work on myself, and why I continue to improve, and I hope to never even stop doing that, because I can't wait to meet the future Randy, and I can't wait to meet the future version of you. Um, and also an amazing factor of like doing this is that I no longer have to worry about, like, man, if what I was doing out and like how I was riding my motorcycle, how I was racing or doing what I was doing, like I had to worry about if I was going to lose my job the next day because someone caught a video and posted it online, or do what I did. Because as a corporate professional, like you can't, it's, I guess, put out there that you're not supposed to do that. Like, and at least where I grew up, and in the corporate scene that I was at, like people weren't into that shit. Like people were into golf, people were into like sports, and like whenever you talked about like doing something extreme like that, they were like, nah, like they started making fun of them, and I didn't like that, and because that's who I was, that's who I am, and since I started on this path, this journey, I feel like the rebirth of like Randy really happened. And now I just live my life to the fullest every day. I I work on myself. I work on help others work on themselves. We improve. And I feel like I've grown so much. I feel like, oh, man, I'm doing way better financially, physically, mentally. Like everything in life is just evolving, and I can't wait to continue on this journey and see how much more people we bring on, and we help them evolve, and we help them improve, and we help this world a better place. Because breaking the stereotype is really what I'm about. We're driven individuals, man. We really are. Who are out there just who want to do more, who want to be more, who want to become our best version of ourselves. So join me on my journey with while I encourage everyone out there to do more, be more, to inspire the world, and join me on this journey while I help the motorsport community just create the best lives that they can and that they have. So if you're watching this video, if you made it to the end, if you were listening to the end, I just want to say thank you for investing your time into the Live Wide Open podcast. This is episode 1 of many to come. And I'm excited, man. I'm really excited to see the growth, to see the journey, to see the progress. Right here, I'm just like in home. I have a backdrop from my phone, and man, I'm excited. I'm excited to just go on this. And if you like this content, if this resonated with you, with what you're consuming right now, you can go ahead and follow me. I have a lot of more content like this coming up. I also have an Instagram at Wide Open Randy. That's my handle right there. Give me a follow. I look forward to connecting more and just spreading this message more, like just helping others do more, be more, evolve, and fucking live passionately. Like, don't fucking stop riding your motorcycle. Don't stop racing your car. Don't stop doing what you're doing, but be a good person while doing it. Have ethics, morals, standards, principles. Become the best version of you and live wide open, my friends. That is the movement that we're creating. That is the movement that I hope you're part of. And I can't wait to see this journey evolve. Peace.